Hello everyone, it's me, Anthony Couch, a guitarist on YouTube, and today I'm talking all about rhythm guitar, the misunderstood beast that is rhythm guitar. And if you actually stick around to later on in the video, you're going to see some examples where I talk about how lead guitar practice can merge together with rhythm practice and be the same thing really. Because I've been teaching guitar, I've been playing guitar a long time, I've been teaching guitar a long time as well. And there seems to be this massive misconception that lead is this trajectory. You start off, you learn all your open chords, and then you learn how to strum along to a few songs. And then you start playing a few riffs, and then as you get better, you stop practicing rhythm. And then you switch over to lead playing and you do all the crazy stuff and you learn the modes and you learn all the pentatonic licks and the pinch harmonics and the tapping, and anything that's rhythm starts to get considered beneath that stuff, and it really isn't the case. I'm sure you know that, because rhythm is it's the be all end all when it comes to creating interesting music. However, I think a lot of guitarists forget that, and they stop practicing rhythm, and then later on, much later on down the line, when you've got all those licks and all that shred knowledge under your belt, you see them on the message boards and on the forums and on all the Facebook groups. How do I improve my rhythm? I've got massive gaps in my rhythm knowledge. Why is this? Why is rhythm considered more boring than lead playing, or easier? I've actually got a few ideas myself, and I've jotted them down. I'm going to share them with you today. Let me know what you think. Why do people consider rhythm as being the boring, the rhythm guitarist is the boring one? I've got a sheet of paper here, and I've just got a few that I've come up with, but it's always fun when I find out that there's other stuff that I never thought of, so let me know down there if I've missed any. Right, number one, let's be honest. You don't look as cool. Let's not make any bones about it. You don't look as cool. Should that be a big reason as to why? No. Is it a big reason as to why? 100%. When you play guitar, when you learn to play guitar, it isn't long before you realise that when you show people, oh, do you play guitar? Yeah, I play guitar. Right, show me something. That the attention grabbing stuff is this, or all this, all the crazy shred nonsense. That's the stuff that makes that it looks cool, doesn't it? It sounds impressive, or if you're in a band and it's that spotlight moment, and the literally tens of people in the club are watching you, and they go, oh, okay, yeah, that's crazy. That lick is really good. You see the response that you get. It doesn't look as cool to play rhythm. I'm sorry, but I have to say that one, because I think that that's probably the number one reason. Number two is, it's associated with songwriting, and songwriting is well hard. It's really difficult to write songs. How many songs have you written? I know I should write more. Maybe you should write more. I think everyone can admit to themselves as musicians that they should write songs more, from beginning, middle, and end. What that does is it gives you a real sense of what a riff should, how a riff will fit in the parameters of a full 3 to 6 minute long standard song. It makes you think about space, composition, what's the other word? Arrangement, that's a massive one. To think about, okay, well, this one, the rhythm has to be very understated, because there's other crazy stuff going on. There's a bass solo, there's a drum solo, the vocalist is singing a verse, and you really want to get a story across. That's where you're going to drop out, and the rhythm isn't so interesting. But then maybe there's a hook, and then that's where you have to really think about it. Writing songs makes you think about rhythm guitar more than anything else. Number three is, it requires a lot of brain power. Now, so does lead playing and all that theory stuff and all those modes and all the memorising of the patterns and the shapes and how they relate to stuff. But writing riffs, you might have seen my video that I did not too long ago where I analysed a few massive riffs and talked about some things that I thought that they all had in common. The thing is that they are simplistic, yet you want people to want to listen to them. It has to be the perfect recipe, and it's not easy to do, to create riffs. I'm lumping in riff writing with rhythm writing 100%. Because that's what it is, the riff underneath when someone's singing or playing a guitar solo or whatever. So it's got to have something about it that's catchy, whether that's a rhythm, the scale that you're using, a nice bit of syncopation, the arrangement again. Arrangement goes a very long way in creating big sounding rhythms. So there you go. I think that's one, that it requires just as much brain power as lead playing, and we don't like admitting that. We like thinking of rhythm's simple. It's not. You need to sit down and think about something that people want to listen to over and over and over again. The next one is, it's misunderstood. I think it's misunderstood. When you say rhythm guitar to someone, they think one of two things usually. Those campfire chords with jingly jangly acoustic guitars or clean guitar. The other thing that to think about is this stuff. While your lead guitarist is doing all the fun stuff with the spotlight on them, and you're... It's not always the case. Think about your favourite bands. If you're a metal fan, what's James Hetfield playing while singing? Might I add, some really, really intricate stuff. I mean, this is a very cliche thing to think about, but this stuff, all that low-y chugging, but that's rhythm, and you can make that very, very intricate. You can be very inventive with rhythm. Don't just think that it's this or this, because that's boring. And then the last one is another big one. It requires probably more work than all of the others. Studying rhythm requires reading standard notation. Yes, guitarists hate standard notation, especially the rock guitarists. It makes us stop, slow down, have to study, have to read. But there are some amazing resources out there. I mean, the internet, just type in how to read rhythms, and when you see really crazy rhythms written, sometimes you just think, oh, whatever, I'll just play something vaguely in 4/4. But no, if you teach yourself to read rhythms and play those rhythms, you start viewing rhythm in a different way, because you see how it is on the page, you see where the notes relate to the beat, you see where the upstrokes should go. There's an unwritten rule in guitar with rhythm that when notes are on the beat, it's a downstroke. When notes are off the beat, it's an upstroke. So you start putting that into your playing as well. There we go, that's just a few off the top of my head. And this list, I want to know, have I missed any? Why is rhythm seen as the boring brother of lead guitar? Let me know down there. And I said that I had some demonstrations, and I have. Here's one, right? Because if you've been practicing all your crazy lead stuff, it doesn't take a massive leap to translate that over into your rhythm playing, to get away from this and this. In fact, let's start with this one. Right, I've got this riff that I've recorded. You're going to hear it. I'm using the notes of B Lydian. Oh. Yeah, there's B Lydian. And because I know those notes, there's my B power chord, but then I know that a Lydian, it's got that raised fourth, so my riff is going to include that chord, and then this, the major third. Now this one sounds very much like what Joe Satriani has already written. It happened by accident. It was only when I was recording it that I thought, oh yeah, it sounds like that song. But at least let it show you that you've done all the crazy lead stuff. Use that in your chords. Don't just play this when you could play this. It gives a really cool, unique Lydian sound to what would just be standard power chords. Next up, death metal fans out there. I love death metal. So, Phrygian dominance, we all love it. Take those notes, apply some death metal, technical death metal technique to it, and come up with riff like this. That's it, it seems a bit like Morbid Angel when I was recording that. I thought, oh, it sounds a bit like Morbid Angel, that one. All that stuff. And yeah, there's rhythm in there, and there's technique and permuting and this tight handling of the string noise, but at the heart of the theory of it, I'm playing rhythm guitar that could have just been... That sounds like death metal, but no, I thought, no, I'm going to use a scale that I know. The scale that I do down there, I'll just do it over it. And came up with what I think is quite a cool death metal riff. Then next up, the final one, it ends up sounding a bit like what Metallica would have thrown away in the studio during the Load and Reload era. But a lot of rock bands still use riffs like this. It's the blues scale. Tell me you don't know this one. I bet you do. Play it down here. And then everyone's favourite E power chord. Mix it all up, come up with a riff that sounds like this. What do you think? Coming up with riffs based on the lead knowledge that you already know. You've got the head start. If you think that your lead playing has surpassed your rhythm playing and you want to merge the two, it is possible. It is possible. Don't just think of rhythm as being this stuff. Which it is, but it's not only that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I have been Anthony Couch. Let me know, did I miss any in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.